on a field goal next possession. All right, so less than a minute to go in the first quarter now, still 3-0. Roethlisberger to Juju Smith-Schuster, got it, and then gets clocked. Von Bell forces the fumble. Jordan Evans recovers, and there will be consequences and repercussions. Little payback for that TikTok on the logo before the game Juju was putting up on social media. And the Bengals respond. Giovanni Bernard with the touchdown is 10-0 Cincy. 6 minutes to go before the half. Roethlisberger, Mackenzie Alexander picks him off. Oh, and he's high-stepping down the sideline, too. And that led to some pushing and some shoving. I mean, there's bad blood between these organizations and these cities that go back decades. So no surprise here that some of these emotions would pop off the way they did. And the Bengals taking advantage yet again. Finley hits Bernard out of the backfield. Bengals go up 17-0 off 3 Steelers turnovers. And that was basically the ball game. Cincy wins it 27-17, handing the Steelers their 3rd straight loss. More now from Steve Levy in Cincy.
Ryan Finley, starting quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals tonight. Ryan, I think this is your first win in a start since your college days in 2018, so this is not just another win. This is against the Steelers on Monday night.
Yeah.
How did it feel this evening?
Man, it's exciting. I'm happy for everybody involved. We had a game plan and we came out and executed it. You know, offense, we didn't turn the ball over. We knew it was going to be gritty at times. I thought our defense played just outstanding. Gave us a lot of short fields and gave us an opportunity to put some points on the board. Offensive line played amazing. I thought we ran the ball really well, and we finished with the ball in our hands, so that's great.
Ryan, obviously you guys are a massive underdog in this game. When did you know? When did you know you could beat these guys in the game tonight?
I think we've known for a long time. You know, we haven't won in our last 9 shots at the Steelers, and I had a shot at them last year, and it feels good to get it done. It was exciting, all around, really awesome team performance. So one we're definitely going to celebrate.
People have talked about the signature win was against Tennessee. I think this upgrades your signature victory. What's it going to be like in that Bengals room? I know with protocol it's a little difficult. What's it going to be like for Zach Taylor and your crew?
I can't imagine. We'll do our best with the protocols, but I'm not so sure that's going to happen. But it's going to be fun in there.
I'll let you go. Enjoy the victory with your teammates, and congratulations. What a night for Ryan Finley and the Bengals.
Thank you.
Just 3 weeks ago, the Steelers had the inside track for the 1 seed in the AFC's lone bye. After this loss, Pittsburgh has now fallen to the 3 seed since Buffalo owns the head-to-head tiebreaker. Steelers-Browns matchup in Week 17 could now be more interesting, more than just playoff seeding. Ryan Clark, that's your old team. The journalist you are now, you can do it objectively. You know that every game is hard, but no one really saw this coming except that the Bengals defense maybe did some things to take advantage of an offense that was already struggling on the other side.
Listen, this was sad to watch, Kenny. And if you go back to the first half, the touchdowns are created by turnovers, and they were truly on Ben Roethlisberger and the Bengals taking advantage of them. Let's check out how they did it. You go early on in the game, and it's going to be a high-low with Juju and Chase Claypool. Von Bell is going to be the robber. Now, Ben has to read him and figure out who to give the ball to. You're actually going to see Von Bell go straight to Juju Smith-Schuster. Chase Claypool is wide open. Ben doesn't throw it to him. It's a big hit in the chest. Ball pops out. They end up scoring a touchdown. Here is the dagger route. They want to work on Mackenzie Alexander. You're going to see the things clear out. Ben Roethlisberger is going to be staring right at Alexander. He knows that football cannot go there. He throws the football. It's returned. Alexander is knocked out of bounds. They get a penalty. Giovanni Bernard scores a touchdown. These were essentially the 2 touchdowns that put this game away early, and the Pittsburgh Steelers were fighting back all night. Big Ben Roethlisberger has to understand there is no running game. He has to be precise. He has to be efficient. He can't turn it over. He did that tonight, and it cost his team the game.
All right, Pittsburgh was the last unbeaten team. Now they've dumped 3 straight. How far, in your eyes, have they fallen when you look at the whole AFC playoffs, which aren't too far away?
Kenny, who can they beat? You tell me, who can they beat? Can they beat the Colts? No. Right? Can they beat the Tennessee Titans in the playoffs? No. Can they beat the Cleveland Browns? We know they can't beat the Kansas City Chiefs. We know they can't beat the Buffalo Bills. When you look at this team play offense, they are playing at such a deficit each game. There is no way that they'll win. Tonight, they were getting stopped behind the line. You couldn't convert 3rd and 1s, 4th and 1s. The pass game was inefficient. There weren't the drops, but there were the incompletions, the passes that were blown up, the interceptions by the Cincinnati Bengals. They made the Cincinnati Bengals look like an all-pro, Pro Bowl caliber defense, and they haven't been that all year. And so you think when you're playing the Kansas City Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills, the Cleveland Browns, some of the better teams in the AFC that the Pittsburgh Steelers can win, they were 11-0, and that was fool's gold. You're now losing players on defense, you have injuries on offense, and you have a quarterback that can't seem to make the right decision when that is what you're expecting him to do. As a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, as an alum, I am sad because I don't see them winning a game in the playoffs.
So to summarize, you're not high on the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. They got 2 weeks to turn it around. Thanks for joining us. More reaction from that game. Big Ben's coming to the mic. We'll hear from him soon. Thanks, Ryan.
All right, Kenny, let's take a quick trip around the league for some other news, starting in KC, where sources tell ESPN that rookie running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire will likely miss the rest of the regular season after suffering a high ankle sprain on this play in Sunday's win over the Saints. If the Chiefs wrap up the AFC's #1 seed, Edwards-Helaire will have about 4 weeks of rest prior to KC's first playoff game. Now, the Chiefs picked 32nd in the draft because they won the Super Bowl, and how about that for a pick in terms of value? Edwards-Helaire's 1,100 scrimmage yards, second most ever by a rookie on the defending Super Bowl champ. That's ahead of Jerry Rice in 1985 and only trailing Olandis Gary, who filled in for Terrell Davis on the '99 Broncos. In Philly, rookie Jalen Hurts will remain the Eagles starting quarterback even if Carson Wentz continues to be unhappy with his role as a backup. Hurts and the Eagles fell a touchdown shy of beating the Cardinals on the road Sunday, but in that loss, Hurts threw for 338 yards and 3 touchdowns, which seemingly made Doug Peterson's decision to keep Hurts atop the depth chart even easier.
This is a situation where it's not, it's not Carson versus Jalen or Jalen versus Carson, right? This is a team that we're fighting and scratching each week and still have an opportunity to pull this thing out and see what happens here in the next 2 weeks of the regular season. And I can honestly say that Carson's been a professional about what he's about, what he's doing inside this building, on the field, during games. There is no, the team doesn't feel like there's any kind of animosity between either one of the guys. We're all here to try to win games.
I mean, even Carson Wentz would have to admit that the Eagles' offense has certainly looked more lively in Hurts' 2 starts thus far. Philly averaged 418 yards in those 2 games, nearly 100 more than their average when Wentz was under center. They've also been more efficient in the red zone.
Well, as the Steelers were getting set to play Monday Night Football, came the news that one of their all-time greats had died, reasons unknown. Kevin Green was a star linebacker for the Steelers, Rams, Panthers, and 49ers, a Hall of Famer, one of the most dangerous pass rushers ever to play the game. He ended up a 15-year career trailing only Bruce Smith and Reggie White on the all-time sacks list. And he did it with style, the long hair, big personality, and a drive that he explained this way. He said, "I wasn't the biggest and I wasn't the fastest, but as long as you have a motor, you have heart, that will overcome any physical limitations." He was just 58 years old. His old coach, Bill Cowher, said, "We lost a legend in Kevin Green. He was a Hall of Fame player, even a better person. His passion for football and life exuded in everything he did. His spirit will live forever.